The following segment is sponsored by Credit Suite. Discover the secrets and power of business credit. Ty Crandall, the CEO of Credit Suite, is here to tell us how this will help us achieve our entrepreneurial dreams. Welcome, Ty. How you doing today?
Great to be here.
Thank you. Thanks for joining us. Now, for credit, what are the top 3 things that we have to know to put cash in our pockets for business? What do you think?
Well, I think there's a lot of different things. And first of all, if you're really looking to put cash in your pocket, you really want to focus on what's called the 3 C's. So it used to be that if you wanted money from banks, you'd go to a traditional bank, and they were pretty notorious for making it very difficult to be able to get financing. Nowadays, over 90% of funding comes from alternative lenders or fintech lenders. And these fintech lenders are really looking at what we call the 3 C's formula to be able to approve you. Ultimately, it comes down to 3 things: cash flow, credit, or collateral. And if you have one of those, well, then, David, you don't need the others to be able to get approved. So simple examples, let's say you have challenged personal credit. Well, if that's the case, then you can use just the fact that you have consistent cash flow in your business to be able to qualify for funding. So places like PayPal and Square will actually lend you money just because you have 6 months worth of consistent cash flow. Or places like Fundbox will give you a credit line just because you have consistent cash flow as well. So the other key is that if you don't have cash flow, then let's say maybe you have collateral or some kind of asset that could serve as collateral, 401k or stocks, bonds, IRA, equipment or inventory. Even you have your customers pay on terms, you have account receivables. Well, then those kind of assets can serve as collateral and get you funding even if you don't have good credit or even if you don't have cash flow. So this 3 C's formula is just simplifies the way that entrepreneurs can actually tap into the system to be able to get money to grow their business.
That's amazing. Well, you obviously know what you're talking about. You've done this a long time. Ty, how did you get your start?
Well, I got my start, actually, the first business I ever started was a mortgage company. And I put a lot of blood, sweat, tears, late nights into building that business. And then the mortgage crisis occurred. And overnight, I saw what it was like to not be able to do loans and to be able to build a successful business that failed. So at that point, I kind of lost everything. I made a lot of the mistakes that a lot of your viewers that are entrepreneurs probably made. I personally guaranteed things in my business. And as a result, the business debts showed on my personal credit report, ruining my personal credit. The business debtors came after all my personal assets, cleaned out my bank account. I mean, I literally remember, David, trying to pass bad checks just to be able to get my electric turned on to make it through the grueling summers here in Florida and have air conditioning. And that moment just changed my life. I really stopped doing business just to make money, started doing business to help people, got in the consumer credit space, discovered business credit, and discovered that if I had it, none of these things wouldn't have happened. It wouldn't have been personally devastating to me financially because of what happened in the business. I would have been able to separate my personal and business liability. So ever since that day, I've been dedicated to helping entrepreneurs build business credit, and I've successfully been part of helping over 40,000 now do so.
That's impressive, amazing. You've been through the war. It sounds like you've learned a lot of lessons. Fundability is a word we hear a lot of. What is fundability?
Well, fundability, a lot of entrepreneurs think that the reason they get denied for financing has to do with their credit quality or revenue or other types of factors. But the reality is the vast majority of applications that are denied just because the entrepreneur doesn't meet basic fundability factors. It's like credibility factors that lenders are looking at to determine if you should be approved for financing. So things like setting up a separate business address and business phone number go a long way to improving fundability. Having an actual website, an email address for your business set up, getting an entity set up, preferably a corporation or even an LLC, getting numbers like an EIN number with the IRS or a DUNS number with Dun & Bradstreet.
Yeah, Ty, thanks so much. I know we're running quickly out of time. I'm sorry, you got so much information. So quickly, where can we go for more information on this?
CreditSuite.com/27. We put together a great guide that gives 27 different ways to be able to get financing to grow your business.
Fantastic. Thank you. I wish we had more time because you have so much information. Please go check that out, CreditSuite.com. Thank you so much, Ty, for joining us today.
Thanks for having me, David.